What up? What it do? It's your boy JDQ with Vision Eye View TV, where usually and typically, for the most part, in the most time, often, typically, we talk about world news and world events relating to the music and the entertainment industry and how they relate and correlate to biblical prophecy, biblical times. Pretty much, you know, allowing the Bible to expose or shed some light on current events and how it foreshadows prophecies in the Bible, amongst other things, right? So usually we do all that, and usually we do music reviews, and usually we do reaction videos, and usually we pin artists like music artists head to head with each other, mainstream secular versus like Christian. Typically, we review Christian music. We give you guys a pretty well-rounded list of new music that you should give a chance, and you should, just kind of like open yourself up to, and just check them out or whatever. Usually, we do all that. However, it's been over a week since last time I streamed something on here, and I do need like your guys' help because I think we're gonna go crazy here. Um, so about around last week, I did a stream. I did a stream, and I honestly don't remember how exactly I titled it, but I know that throughout the stream I changed the title of the stream because of what we were actively doing during the stream. And throughout the stream, we happened to be reviewing and doing reaction videos to certain songs and music videos, right? By NF. We reacted to Vico C's latest song that he dropped a few days and weeks back. Um, we reacted to Ada Betsabe and her song that she did recently. We did a lot of reaction videos and reviews on that stream, but apparently YouTube and Google think it's a great idea to hit the channel or the stream with non-stop, continuous strikes or warnings while doing a stream, and you're clearly, visibly doing reaction and review videos or streams, and still decided to pretty much like flag the channel on that stream for doing reaction videos and review videos or streams that same day. So on that stream, I had apparently there was like glitching going on the other end. So on my end, everything was working fine. But on the viewers' end, I had some people in the live chat telling me towards the end of the stream, like, "Hey, something's going on with the stream. It's like looking choppy now. I really hope that they're not striking your channel or whatever because you're doing reviews and reaction videos." And effectively, that's exactly what was going on. So while I was streaming last week and clearly, irrefutably doing reactions and reviewing the songs and music videos in question, YouTube and Google decided to flag that stream. And because there was apparently continuous flags on that stream and warnings on that stream without really notifying me at the time, after I finished the stream, they decided to strike the channel with an actual legitimate strike on the channel. Now, why am I saying all this? Usually it wouldn't bother me, and usually it wouldn't do anything, right? Because it's whatever. Like it's strike will go away after like a few weeks or maybe like a month or two. Okay, that's fine. However, two things that bother me. Reason number one, all right, they What, you know how like when they send you a strike or a warning to your channel, like on your YouTube studio, they'll label why, the reasons of why they strike the channel. It could range from anything from copyright infringement, all right, to, you know, fraudulent behavior or spam or uh, you know, things to do with scamming and all that, right? So clearly, that whole entire stream, all I was doing was doing reactions and I was doing reviews, etc. However, the reason that they gave me, or they labeled the reason as fraudulent activity and scamming activity during the stream. And I was like, no, because all I was doing was doing reaction videos and reviews. So no, that's not what was going on. Because you know how sometimes I do like raffles, like the one we're gonna do tonight and continue tonight. Um, but that wasn't the case. That was not the case on that stream that night. I was literally doing reactions and reviews to like music videos and songs. But they labeled the reason behind the strike as if I was doing fraudulent or scam like activity. That's number one. Number two is they oh man, they did this while the channel was on the verge of getting monetized. So like literally like a few days after that happened, like the channel actually reached the recommended or the required amount of public watch hours to reach the monetization status. And those two reasons is what really like bothered me. It's like, yo, like was now really the time to like strike the channel? And then on top of that, you striked it and you labeled it the incorrect reason. If anything, it should have been copyright infringement. Okay, if anything, if that. But again, fair use. Okay, like, and that's the part that I hate, man. I really hate that it's like it's it's not up to the actual fair use. Um, you know, like law. Like they leave it up to a judge, which he or she or they will decide on isolated incidents, what they consider to be free, fair use or whatever, which is really retarded. Like, and I'm not gonna apologize for saying that word because it really is retarded. Like, it really is dumb. And fair use is fair use. Like, if I state that I'm doing reactions for that stream, and if I state that I'm doing reviews and commentary on that stream, that should be not only enough, but if you manually really do watch the stream all the way through, you'll see that that's exactly what I was doing. But yeah, man, that's why we've been kind of like shut down and shut off for like over a week. Because based on that first strike on the channel, they don't let you do anything. They don't let you post a text. They don't let you upload videos. They don't let you go live stream. So I've just kind of like been, I guess, kind of like detoxifying from like YouTube for like over a week because of that whole situation. And of course now, um, we can't apply for monetization until like June or something like that. But from here to there, I'm pretty sure, unless you guys start like sharing these streams like crazy, it's not gonna be, we're not gonna have enough by then, as far as like public watch hours. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, aside from all the terrible news, um, there's more terrible news. The more terrible news is if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you will notice that I had briefly posted and mentioned the death of one of the greatest men of God to ever live and to, you know, be great for the kingdom down here on earth. Dr. Charles Stanley. one of the greatest human beings that I never got to meet in person, but I used to watch his program all the time when I was younger. I used to, listen to his like sermons and listen to his like studies and listen to his teachings. Extremely biblically based and biblically fundamental preacher and pastor and all that. Um, he was a very calm and patient preacher when it came to like the way he like taught, the way he like ministered, the way he read from the Bible, the way he broke down everything so simple for you to understand. Dr. Charles Stanley has to be, in my personal opinion, from what I've seen, because I can't speak for everyone. I haven't met everyone, what I'm saying, in the kingdom down here on earth, as far as like preachers and pastors go. But from what little amount of pastors and preachers I have watched in the past, he's definitely was one of my favorites. If you want to call it like televangelist or whatever, however you want to see him. In my opinion, for me personally, he was more of a teacher. He was more of like just like a professional within regards to like the Bible and breaking it down to like a very fundamental, easy to understand, thing. Um, so he was great in that area. And so it sucks, but he lived a long life. He was up in his 90s. I don't know if it said like 97 or 98 years old or something like that. So, he lived a long, awesome life, man. He lived for God to the last breath. He lived doing what he loved, which was to like preach the kingdom, preach the gospel, preach the word of God, teaching people about God and the Bible and all that. So, I mean, if anything, I'm jealous because I'm hoping that's at some point that's the way I go is, taking my last breath, knowing that I actually did my part in sharing the gospel with as many people as I could. I'm not perfect. I'm not an on the fire for the Lord Christian. I have my battles that I'm personally and constantly facing, as we all are. And I'm in no way, shape, or form even near to the man of God or Christian that I should be. I'm far from it. Um, like really far from it, in my opinion. But I guess the difference between me and anyone else is that I do strive to be a better version of myself as time goes by. And that includes being a better man of God as time goes by. And hopefully, go like Charles Stanley. He took his last breath and doing things for the Lord, living for the Lord, and just kind of like being on fire for the Lord. That'd be awesome if I could reach that level. Um, which reminds me, um, some of you know what's going on with my father, which I lovingly call him Pops, like we all do. Um, but yeah, so I do want to publicly invite those of you who want to help me and my family in prayer for Pops, for my father. He's been at the hospital for over a week now. And even before that, he was having complications when he took a trip to Puerto Rico a while back ago. Something happened over there that should not have happened within the hospital, but it happened. They were very careless with something that they did, and now my father is paying the consequences. Um, so, while I won't get into detail as to what exactly happened with him, unless you ask me privately aside, I'll be happy to give the details in private. But I will say that he's doing a little better than he was a few days ago, but he still is in a lot of pain. Um, I believe they just recently, as recent as today or yesterday, started attempting new antibiotics for his situation. But for those of you who want to help me in prayer or help my family and myself in prayer, his name is David, David Quinones. Um, and just pray for the healing of his body. I'll leave it at that. Um, that's another person that I cannot speak for everyone, and I can't speak for everyone's like family and parents. But one thing I know for sure is that my father is by far one of the greatest, if not the most perfect example that I can think of when I think of someone who has truly lived their life for the Lord. When I think of someone who has honored their parents, honored their family, honored God, honored the gospel, honored his community, his friends, his neighbors. He's honored himself. You know, he's honored everyone around him, and including the fellowship, right, of the church and congregation and all that. Um, he's one of the very few people that I can like testify to the fact that he has honored God his entire life, like through and through, or true and through. Um, and I know he's going to continue to honor God and his family and everything, everyone around him, to his last breath. Um, he's someone definitely to aspire to be like when it comes to, um, doing things the right way, uh, living their life for God, living their life for their family, living their life for, uh, everything that is good and just and holy and you know. Um, so hopefully I'm able to at some point in my life reach that level of being able to honor the people around me how they deserve to be honored. Obviously, even more so, God Himself, right? But yeah, for those of you who are wanting to help my family, myself in prayer for Pops, I highly appreciate it. It'll mean a lot to me. It would be great. Yeah, I see a few people in here. So if you can, just let me know who's all in here in the live chat. I'll appreciate it. Um, just say a hi or what's up, or doesn't really matter what you say. Just to know who's all here. That's all. Of course, the lovely, amazing, uh, wonderful, beautiful Emily Rose is in the house as always. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, and I received that. I received the blessings and the love and all that. Thank you so much. Same to you. Um, so yeah, enough with the sappy and sad talk. We're going to get into some exciting stuff because aside from all the doom and gloom that your boy has been going through here these past few days and weeks, I actually have some great news. I have two unboxings that I'm going to do right now. And then I have good news on a submission that I made to CBCS recently. And then to top things off in an amazing fashion, we have the continuation of the $1 raffle for the Silver Sable and the Wild Pack issue number one that has not yet concluded. And I will have to pull up the last stream where we did the last raffle just to see the numbers of the names that were like on here because I recently updated Chrome, and when I updated it, the pin tab that I had saved to keep track of the raffle got erased. But luckily, we can go based off of the stream where we did the last continuation of this raffle, and we can see how many times Emily was on there, how many times so and so was on there, and so forth. So we will go based off of that. But before we get to the raffle, all right, the first unboxing is right here in my hands. All right. Ah, I don't know which one this is because I didn't look at the description of each of the items that were shipped to me. Like I could have, but I didn't. So yeah, let's see which one this is. I really hope it's one that I've kind of like been wanting a little more than the other. Let's see. Also, if you're here on the stream right now, if you're giving me a huge favor and not only like the stream, but just share it forward with your whatever friends, neighbors, family, coworkers. Doesn't really matter because the point is to invite as many people as you can over. That way, they can, um, get a chance at a basically a free comic. Because if you're only paying $1, right, to enter the raffle, it's essentially free. And by the way, I do pay for the shipping and handling whenever I ship out the actual comic to whoever wins it. I end up paying the shipping and handling. So you're only paying whatever amount up to $25 that I'm allowing you to enter the raffle. But you don't need to pay 25. You could just enter the raffle with just $1. That's the minimum amount you need to enter the raffle. If one of the moderators can, I don't know, give the links to the PayPal and Cash App. That's the only way anyone is able to enter the raffle because this channel's not yet monetized. If it were monetized, I'd say leave a super chat of $1, right, as a minimum. But since that's not the case, we're not monetized yet. That's the only reason why I'm saying to do Cash App or PayPal. Now, this is the one I was waiting for more than the other one because, as you all know, I'm a huge comic book fan, which is one of the reasons why I'm even doing raffles for $1 on this channel. When I'm not talking about conspiracy theories and all that, I'm giving out comics for as little as $1 to enter the raffle. So you have the chances to win the comic for as little as $1 because again, all you need is a minimum of $1 to enter the raffle. And then I put your name in a random generator along with the other names that enter the raffle. We get it going, boom. The computer picks a winner. The winner wins the comic. I ship out the comic. I pay for shipping and handling. I take care of all that. So yeah, you got nothing to lose. But yeah, I'm extremely happy because I because I love comics, and the reason why I love comics, it's not so much the whole like superhero thing, even though it looks that way and it comes off that way. But that's not really why I love comics so much. I love comics because I'm an art guy. Like I love art. And I think one of the greatest renditions and greatest interpretations of art, in my opinion, is always found in comics because you can either go about it like the right way and like draw yourself like what should be like a normal like looking body, or you can exaggerate it. You know what I'm saying? You could put muscles on muscles, muscles on top of your muscles and all that. And I've always found that really fascinating and interesting, right? And on top of that, the artwork that I find in some of these comics reminds me of art that I used to find around were places where I used to live, especially back home in PR. There was a point in my life where I lived in Bayamon, which is it's where I'm from. That's where I was born, and I grew up there up to a certain extent as well. But there was a period of my time in my youth where I lived in Bayamon, and I got to experience the urban side of things because it is an urban-like city or town. So that brings me to this comic. All right. I just got this recently. Not too happy with the packaging because the plastic, like the sleeve that they put it in, is open on the side. I don't know if that happened before they sent it or afterwards, but um, this is pretty off the chain, man. Let me turn off the green screen so y'all could actually appreciate the artwork on this because it's pretty awesome. Let's do no background. All right. So this right here is a beautiful Spider-Man Miles Morales cover. This is him and Gwen, and then if you look at the very top, it says in graffiti "Mi Angel," which is my angel. This particular cover means a lot to me because, well, yeah, there is a special someone in my life, and yeah, this is I guess in kind of like my way of like uh, thinking of that person. I think if y'all look closely, he did like a graffiti of Gwen, with like wearing like a queen crown on top of her head, right? So and then he painted like wings, like angel wings, behind her and everything. I think it's pretty cool, and I think it's a very romantic cover. And like I said, it means a lot to me personally because of what it means to me in my personal life, and that's the way I view the person. So yeah, awesome cover, and yeah, there we go. I'm trying to not get light glare in the cover, but pretty cool. So I'll probably be shipping this off to PGX. That's right. Y'all heard me say PGX. I'm gonna start using PGX for my personal collection. CGC can suck it. I know that sounds gross. I know it sounds terrible, and it sounds like ungodly, and and it sounds very not JDQ-ish. But for those of you who don't know, CGC is the pioneer of what's considered grading and encapsulating comics and collectible books and all that. And they're the first ones to do it, right? They're the first ones to do it. So everybody looks at them as like the greatest thing since like sliced bread. Um, However, they have been, going about things business wise like the wrong way. I think a few months back they had raised their prices a little bit, and then as recent as yesterday or the day before yesterday, they decided to raise the prices again on the services. And not only that, they actually decided to take away parts of their services that they used to offer. So things like express grading and all that doesn't exist anymore. They raised the prices on the services of like pre-screening. They raised their prices on uh, the memberships, I believe. I don't know. It's just not a good look, and they're not as consistent with like the grading, and a lot of errors happen along the way, with like stuff not coming back in the same condition that it was in, etc. So, yeah, for me, as far as I'm going to be dealing with grading companies, when it comes to like autographed comics and stuff like that, or like grails, I'm going with CBCS, which has a much more reasonable pricing on the services, and they have better quality cases for the encapsulation of the comics. The sturdier, the stronger, and I do believe I could be mistaken, but I do believe they are protected a little more when it comes to like UV light, or maybe that's EGS. Maybe I'm confusing those two. Either way, they do a much better job overall. But because of the pricing, when it comes to my personal comic collection, I think I'm going to completely use PGX East. For those of you who know a little bit about PGX, PGX was pretty much like framed for something that happened like a few years back, which was later debunked. But yeah, for those of you who know the story, you know the story. But that whole situation was debunked, and it was proven that PGX, did not switch out a comic, etc. However, what they did do, they opened a second location on the East Coast, and apparently that location is ran by a former CGC representative and all this other stuff. So it's supposed to be a lot better than the main PGX hub. So I'm gonna start using PGX East, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. Um, but yeah, so that was the Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen cover, and this is the other one that I was waiting for. This one I'm actually also excited to receive, but because this one actually has a huge meaning, and you'll see why in a second. If I can get it open. Yeah, I believe. It is a beautiful comic. Reminds me of my angel every time I look at it. So, all right, boom. So this one is actually a key comic. Um, for those of you who don't know what a key comic is, it just means a comic that has a distinctive, unique um, moment that happens within the story. Kodiak, God bless you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate the love and support. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, I'm taking the look at this. So, this is Marvel Knights Daredevil issue number 420. And actually, I'm sorry, issue number 40. I apologize. So, some of you might be asking yourselves, why Daredevil? Like, aren't you a Spider-Man and a Batman fan? Like, what's up with Daredevil? Like, what is this? Um, yeah, we are extremely well. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that, Kodiak. And again, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. So interesting thing about this comic. This is actually the reason why I picked this up at the price that I did is because I hope that's just tape on the plastic. Okay, it is. It's because I have recently, I think as far as like a month ago, I decided to start a collection based off of original Puerto Rican superheroes, whether it be from DC or Marvel or whatever publishing company, right? So that's why I now collect Miles Morales comics because he's half Puerto Rican and half black. Um, y'all know that I collect La Borinqueña, right? I'm almost done completing that whole entire set. And I'll be talking about one specific issue later on, but and recently, y'all know that I bought. I actually no, I won in an auction on eBay. Um, a few White Tiger comic book issues, and I think one of them is a 9.6 Comunidades, right? The voices or whatever, where it has Hector Ayala at the very front of the cover with like a glowing green aura around him and all that. It looks off the chain. I love it. It looks so beautiful in white. Um, so, speaking of White Tiger, it is in this Daredevil issue number 40 where the original White Tiger, which is full-fledged Puerto Rican from the Bronx, um, he dies in this issue. So this is the death of Hector Ayala, aka White Tiger, or the original, the first White Tiger in canon within like the Marvel universe. So I had to pick it up. I had to like snag it when I did, and it was extremely affordable. So I didn't waste any time. I pulled the trigger. I bought it. It was really affordable, like I said. Um, so yeah, that's why I got this specific issue. Um, I got one more thing to talk about before we continue the raffle. I'm just trying to get this. You know what? Let me just keep it right there where it's at because I don't want to risk anything right now. Okay, so um, the news that I was going to say to you guys is I recently submitted my autographed La Borinqueña comic book, which was autographed by Rosario Dawson, right? The lovely, beautiful, amazing Rosario Dawson herself at MegaCon in Orlando, where I was at for 4 days, technically 3. And I submitted it using CBCS, and it's like they're halfway done processing and all that. Um, and I do believe that by this time, let's say Monday, next Monday, I do believe that it should be back in my hands, or no later than next Wednesday. So between next Monday and Wednesday, I'll be having that comic book back. And as soon as I find out, you know what? No, I'm gonna try to keep myself surprised. So I won't look at the grade on the site I'll just do an unboxing and do like a reaction video to whatever grade they gave it, plus the signature label that they gave it. It is, hear me closely, it is the only version of that issue autographed by Rosario Dawson. What I want to do, let me see if I can find, because I'll be honest, I'll be completely honest, I'll be forgetting the name, and I'm so sorry if he ever watches this stream or any other stream. I apologize. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible human being for forgetting your name. But let's see if I can remember. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, yeah. So the creator of La Borinqueña is Edgardo Miranda Rodriguez, right? What I want to do, and it's going to be like a really long journey, really tough task because you're so strong for waiting. It's going to be a tough task, but I'm trying to get as many autographs from him directly as I can on all of, or as many Borinqueña comics that I can get my hands on, because he's the actual creator of the character and the comic book and all that. Um, but yeah, for now, all I have is the Rosario Dawson autograph on that comic. But I mean, hey, man, the experience was worth it. She's an awesome human being. She's so down to earth. She's really a people person. She's a people for the fans. She really loves interacting and talking to the fans. She's very talkative. And so, yeah, it just having that interaction, that back and forth conversation, small talk, but still conversation with her, that was pretty cool. So I think if anything, I'll try to get both of their autographs on all the comics that I have of La Borinqueña. But what I was trying to say was it would be the only autographed Rosario Dawson autographed version of that comic out there on the market. Because here's the thing, and hear me out, because I know some of you are gonna be like, "Oh, what are you doing, JDQ? Don't do it. Don't sell it." Listen, I want to prove something. I want to prove something really bad. And the only way of doing that is doing what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that book out on the market once it comes back, with the intention of putting a price on it and standing firm on that price and not allow myself to stoop low because of someone telling me, "Oh, it's not CGC, it's CBCS, blah, blah, blah." Listen, man, I'm sick and tired of the comic book community throwing shade at other like grading companies because there's a cult of CGC mindless zombies just continuously putting down every other company just because they're not CGC or they weren't the first or whatever. Listen, man, if CGC has a 9.8 graded copy of La Borinqueña and they say they're selling it for $2,000, and I have that same issue and it's also 9.8 graded by another company, I'm putting it up for $2,000 too. And if no one wants to purchase it at that price, so be it. I'm not bringing the price down. You see what I'm saying? A grade is a grade. And if you're buying something based off of the grade, then you should be buying something off of the average price or value that that grade sells across the board and not make any exceptions, period. That was a small rant, but it had to be said. Rod Plum, God bless you, brother. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the love and support. I appreciate it. All right, so that was the news on that. So it's gonna get back to my hands sometime next week. Once it does reach my hands, I will do a unboxing video and a reaction video to it, and y'all will see me putting it up on eBay or something for what I believe it's a reasonable price or value for it. Okay, so we are starting things off for the raffle, starting back now. All right. remember, this is the issue that is being raffled. All right. I know that not everyone wants this. This is an acquired taste. Not everybody is a fan of Silver Sable. I'm not a huge fan of Silver Sable. As you know, as far as like, uh, I never really read her issues or storylines or story arcs or whatever. However, I do believe the character herself is pretty awesome. Um, I appreciate that, Rob. Rod, I appreciate that. Um, thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. And yeah, no, that's a whole thing. I have a comment thread in on one of the other comic book YouTube channels where they talk about like, the CGC raising the prices. Where I commented like, hey, let's all do a mass exodus to the other companies and use their services instead, and stop allowing CGC to have a monopoly over the grading industry, the comic book grading industry. A few people did agree with what I was saying, so I'm hoping that many of us are able to like use the other companies because that's why they're there for, right? But yeah, if anyone in here knows of anyone, whether it be a friend, a family member, a neighbor, I don't know, a nephew, a cousin, whatever, a friend's son, a friend's daughter who might be into this. Okay, because maybe you're not into this, and that's okay. That's completely fine. I get it. I understand. However, everybody knows somebody that might be interested. So what I'm asking you to do is send this stream or this link to that person who you think or believe might be interested in owning this beautiful, amazing first issue of Silver Sable and the Wild Pack. All right. For as little as $1 to enter the raffle. All right. Again, the minimum amount required to enter the raffle is $1. Okay. And the maximum that technically you're allowed to use is 25. So, that way everybody or more people get a chance at like, actually applying the like buying the raffle ticket for this because I try to make it as fair as I can, man. But um, yeah, I mean, I usually have like a little stand for this while I play like videos of the character, and I might still do that tonight, but I don't have the usual stuff that I have to like stand the comic book up onto. Um, but yeah, let me. Where is the? I know Emily did. Okay, here we go. Thank you so much for typing that in. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, as little as $1 to enter the raffle, and a maximum of 25. That's like the maximum amounts that you're allowed to buy is 25. Technically, if you buy more than that, that's completely on you. I only put that rule up there to try to be fair. That way, not one person has a whole grip on the raffle. But I can't stop someone if someone sends me the $100. You know what I mean? Like for that's up to that person. I can't say no and be like, you know what I mean? Like if that's how much they're willing to pay for it, or that's how many entries they're willing to buy, then that's up to that person. The maximum amount that I'm allowing is 25, but if you do more than that, then that's completely entirely up to you. Minimum minimum amount required to enter the raffle is just $1. So you enter $1, you send me $1 through Cash App or PayPal. Then you already have a chance at winning this for just as little as $1. Because I put the names in a random name username generator. The computer or that algorithm or whatever picks the winner, not me, and then I ship off. I pay for shipping and handling and send the comic off to that person. There's been two winners already. Um, One of those winners received the comic not too long ago. I believe they posted about it. So, can you trust me? Yes, you can completely blindly trust me because I'm trying to get rid of these. Like I bought some of these with intentions to sell them on a second or third party. But because I don't want to get lowballed, this is just one way of me, trying to get rid of them while still getting like a fair value for each one that I give out. So if someone enters the raffle for $1 and they win it, that person won the comic for just $1. And at the same time, I wasn't lowballed by someone just paying me just $1 for it. You know what I mean? Because some of these I bought for like a really not so cheap price. Let's just put it that way. Anyways, I am going to play a video on the side, and here I'm gonna put the background back again because I feel like a little weird. All right, and I'm gonna share a video with a character like you do, and we will see who gets interested, for the character or for the comic book. This is again issue number 1 of Silver Sable and the Wild Pack. All right, this is her first solo appearance in the comics of Marvel. So this is not the first official appearance, because her first debut or cameo or first appearance is on a Spider-Man comic. But this is her first issue as a solo character, like in a solo series. So if you're wanting that, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give it away. Let's look up. I know, you know what? Let's do the origin. Cause I love hearing or watching an actual origin story. And this is like the same video that I played last time. It was like really, really good. It gives like a good overview of Silver Sable, her origin story, and then it shows like I think the first appearances or whatever and all that. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to show it in a second. Okay. I'm waiting for the video to load, which shouldn't take too long, but it's just I'm still waiting regardless. So give it a second. Okay, so we're gonna share the screen, and here we go. um, here, there we go. Okay, it's not too bad. All right, here we go.
Of the Marvel Universe. Today's tale begins in the cold Balkan nation of Sin. Following World War II, little Silver Sablanova born to Simian parents Ernst and Anastasia. Shortly after his daughter's birth, Ernst Sablanov was appointed by the king to be the leader of the Wild Pack, an elite squad of soldiers dedicated to hunting down and eliminating escaped Nazi war criminals. And by his violent profession, young Silver idolized her father. However, Anastasia for her daughter and prayed that she would never follow in his footsteps. But then one day, after sneaking away from her mother, Silver overheard Nazi spies plotting to ambush the Wild Pack. She ran off to warn her father, inadvertently leading the assassins right to him. And as Anastasia searched for her daughter, she unknowingly placed herself between the Nazis and their target. When the shooting started, it was Anastasia Sablanova who struck down. Silver's mother died in her arms when she was only 7 years old. It was shortly after this that her hair began to change color to match her name. And despite her mother's wishes, sometime over the next 5 years, Silver began training with her father. She spent her teenage years honing, becoming an expert swordsman, martial artist, and gymnast. She also developed a unique three-pronged throwing weapon that she named a shot. Mir secretly shared command of the Wild Pack with his twin brother Fritz. This allowed tactics that literally be in two places at once. Fritz also continued on his technical skills. By the time she was 17, the white-haired woman was deemed ready to join her father on his Nazi hunting expeditions. During their Silver had a notorious fugitive at her mercy, while one of his men held Ernst at gunpoint, resulting in a standoff. Disobeying her father's order to execute the war criminal, Silver instead shot the man threatening her father, giving the old Nazi the opportunity to stab her in the side. Ernst chastised his daughter for letting her emotions get the better of her, but determined to prove herself, Silver pulled the knife from her body and threw it back towards its owner, her target to the nearest. A castle from the Simkarian monarchy, and Silver was assigned to be his second in command. However, Ernst was growing older and more stubborn, and while Silver believed that she was ready to take his place, her father refused. Furthermore, their next target was none other than Ivan Trefkov, the man who had killed Silver's mother. Anastasia's brother Morty tried to convince Ernst to retire, but he was determined to have vengeance. Ironically, while Ernst chastised his daughter for not controlling her emotions, he allowed himself to make rash emotional decisions. This would be his fault when Wild Pack tracked down Trefkov, who had joined forces with the terrorist group known as Hydra. While he sent Silver and most of his team to an unmanned section of the Hydra ship, Ernst found Trefkov himself. While he could have easily taken out his enemy with a single shot, the enraged widower instead attacked with his bare hands. Fortunately, Silver had the foresight to plant a tracking device on her father and led her men right to him in the midst of his scuffle with Trefkov. She took aim at the old Nazi, but for a moment she hesitated, fearing that her disobedience in going after her father would spell the end of her career. That moment was all it took for Trefkov to stab Ernst in the chest, seemingly killing him.
What if you could do SEO smarter and faster? With Wix, you can edit your meta tags page by page or all in one go. Modify your URLs, inspect all of them in one click, and more. Save time, customize freely with SEO on Wix.
It's the biggest sale of the season at Furniture Row, so get ready because everything is on sale. Save on living, dining, and bedroom. Plus 3 years.
Lashing out, an enraged Silver ordered her men to slaughter the Hydra troops. In the resulting confusion, Trefkov began to escape with his victim's body. Silver gave chase, attempting to catch her father's killer, but the tide of battle began turning against the Wild Pack, as several of their members were shot and killed. When Trefkov attempted to escape by boat, the remaining Sincarians took matters into their own hands and went after him. However, the Nazi criminal was heavily armed and destroyed the pursuit with a well-aimed rocket. In the body, were alive. Silver learned a harsh lesson that day, that with discipline, without being to command respect and obedience, people would die. People she was responsible for. Following this, because of her dwindling economy, she rebuilt the Wild Pack as a mercenary organization, taking the name Silver Elite Unit accepted high-paying jobs from Emerald to fund their exploits and boost the Sincarian economy. While she retained her morals and would only fight for causes that she deemed worthy, she also became cold, calculating, and vehemently pragmatic. During one mission, an enigmatic assassin known Foreigner, producing himself as the Foreigner, had been hired Sable. Seemingly on a whim, he decided not to. Following this, the two actually fought side by side, and a romance quickly blossomed between them. Falling in love for the first time, Silver Sable agreed to marry her mysterious suitor, and the two became husband and wife. Despite being together for several years, Basil continued to keep many of his dealings a secret from his wife. This came to a head when Sable was hired to guard the United States president during a peace negotiation. After an attempted assassination, Silver Sable gave chase, tackling and unmasking the would-be killer, only to find that it was, in fact, her husband. The Foreigner used a hypnotic technique to distract Sable enough for him to escape. Weeks later, she received divorce as well as a challenge. A challenge to attempt to kill her husband before he will see the same a perverse game over the decade as the fairies for his former wife, although neither was able to take out the other. During the
It's like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith situation before Mr. and Mrs. Smith was a situation.
mercenary business, and Silver Sable International became the cornerstone of the Sincarian economy. She even began having annual dinner meetings.
I'd really like to believe that this whole series inspired the actual Mr. and Mrs. Smith movie, but that's just me.
On Doom, the mark of the neighboring country of Latveria, to ensure continued diplomacy. Readers first introduced to Silver Sable when she and her company were hired to apprehend the aging international jewel thief known as the Black Fox. While pursuing their quarry, Sable's mercenaries were attacked by the masked vigilante Spider-Man. This was because the wall crawler saw the masked trooper shooting at the old man and came to the wrong conclusion. While Spider-Man allowed the Fox to go free, he did obtain the stolen jewels and turned them over to Silver Sable, the reward for which made up for the lost bounty. The masked vigilante's strength and power intrigued Silver, and she endeavored to keep an eye on him. In subsequent encounter, Silver was alongside or even higher Spider-Man, and despite clashing ideologies, the two have become allies and occasional partners in various globe-spanning adventures. Spider-Man is now the only individual Sable has worked with, and she has also hired or recruited others, including Sam Stanley.
Petco's Savings Lesson 12. Petco better care for your pet means more savings for you. Now the ball's in.
In fact, it was the mercenary paladin who first discovered the existence of the Genesis Coalition, a rogue Hydra division which employed Ivan Trefkov, the Nazi war criminal who had killed Sable's parents. And during an encounter with the forces of the Genesis Coalition, Silver learned that her father alive held captive. The truth is that after Ernst Sablanov's apparent death, his brother Fritz went in search of his body. Fritz surrendered to Trefkov's forces, hoping to learn more about his brother's fate, only to be subjected to months of torture at the hands of the mad Nazi. Eventually, out of desperation and madness, Fritz joined forces with Trefkov and presented a plan to form the Genesis Coalition, secretly plotting to use it against Hydra. And part of this plan involved using the captive Ernst as a living computer, draining his mind of secrets and strategies. Silver Sable solved this after leading an assault on Genesis Coalition struggle, and her unwritten gun to Sable surrendered and was captured of. However, as one of the coalition's foot soldiers, not one else to gain the foreigner free Sable and joined in her assault. Silver down and Trevka, proving to be no match for the younger and stronger woman. For the first and perhaps the only time, Sable killed a helpless opponent in cold blood. However, she had little time to consider this as she was quickly confronted by Fritz. Sable knew that her uncle's madness was the result of torture, and so she wanted to save him and get him help. But before their battle could resolve, Fritz was shot and killed by the foreigner. In a rage, Silver attacked her former husband, badly battering him. After defeating him, she could have easily taken his life, but she decided to spare him, demanding that he stay out of her life from that day forward, effectively ending the twisted game between them. Fortunately, Silver was able to recover her father and return him home to Simcaria, where he could begin to recover from the traumatic experience. Reunited at last, the old man finally expressed for her that he was one too stubborn to show. Since then, Silver Sable has continued to fight for causes that she believes in. Even when he doesn't have the backing of the Simcarian government, she will do what she believes is right for her country and at large. And that is the origin of Silver Sable. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe for more marvelous content. Be sure to leave a hero or villain you want to hear about. And as all issues rest this video are listed in the description below if you would like to read them for yourself, as well as links to other places you can find me, including my Patreon page where...
Okay. Sorry, so that's one video that kind of explains like her origin and all that stuff, her backstory, her love interest and all that stuff. I think now I'm going to show you guys some clips of her in the Spider-Man game, where she's mostly well known. You know what? 8 minutes? That's really all. What? All Silver Sable. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's do this one. I'm just waiting for the commercial to end so I can skip the ad. Come on. You can't make this up. Every time I try to do a stream now, it's like it starts lagging on me for no reason. All right, my bad.
Hey! Come closer. I dare ya! Is that a dare or a double dog dare? Is that yours? No. We said it was. You okay? Yeah. Long time no see.
Who do you work for?
He works for Hammerhead.
Where is this hammerhead?
Whoa! Can't we, like, grab a coffee and catch up with normal people? By the way, I love your new hovercrafty thing.
Tell me everything you know.
I talk a lot better without a gun in my face.
You have 3 seconds.
Just put the guns down.
1,
We really gonna do this? 2, 6, 9, 11, 7, 3. Sable, you seem a little stressed. Can we do some relaxing breaths? In, out, in, out.
tell me where to find Hammerhead.
I wish you knew. Stop playing together, maybe we can work together.
Together? Never.
What did I do wrong here? Hey, have you been listening to Jameson's podcast?
You are supposed to be the protector of him. And yet you have allowed this Hammerhead with all of my weapons and supplies.
I didn't allow anything to stop him from stealing your stuff.
Then you are failing. Badly.
Oh, that hurts. But you're not wrong.
Who knows? Perhaps you are secretly working with him.
Wow, now I'm insulted.
I do not know you.
Obviously.
And I do not trust you. You will stay out of my way or suffer the consequences.
Stay out of your way while you do what?
While I find and kill Hammerhead.
Fuck, he doesn't die so easily.
He has not met me. Damn you!
What happened to you? I thought you were a good guy.
I am good at what I do. But I am not a guy.
Lost in translation, I guess. What happened to you can thank me by not dying? She's gonna kill someone.
What the hell is that thing? Yeah, let's get out of here.
No, not the park.
Run faster!
Yeah, sorry about that fruit platter. Looks really good. If you guys had stopped earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Sable, what are you doing? You're just escalating things. Let me handle the rest of these guys. Back to the chase.
No! They cannot escape with this equipment.
Oh, great, more of them. Whoa, what are they shooting? You guys really gotta find another line of work. Although maybe you have good work-life balance. Who am I to judge? David, now stop stealing stuff, okay? These cops are tearing apart the whole financial district. Can't wait to hear from Jameson after this one.
Roger that. Here they come.
Hammerhead's got drones now? Because he's really into modernizing his workforce. Those drones are going after Sable. I should help her, right? Right. One down. And round.
Get those drones up there. Come down that chute. Copy that.
If I could land on the wing, I could use full web shooters. Sable, I just want to make it very clear. I'm trying to help you right now.
Get off!
Sure thing. As soon as I take out the rest of these drones. Hey, Sable, you're all clear now. I'll just assume silence means thank you in some cards. Okay, now on to that last part.
Easy, easy!
Where's Hammerhead?
If I talk, he'll kill me. So you do what you gotta do.
Whoa. Look, we both want the same thing. If we work together, we'll find him. Trust me.
Right. We work together. Like partners.
Yeah, partners. So you'll call me? I am 77% sure she's not a robot.
Hey, Spider-Man. You see that Sable chick? You tell her, my boss wants to have a sit-down.
Yeah, I could. But she doesn't really listen to me. Or anyone.
Give me the address.
Wait, how did...
The address!
Colexco building. Rooftop.
It's true. She could rough me up like that.
Wait, it's probably an ambush!
Tell her anything she want to know. On the spot.
Say... People, you're headed into a trap.
It does not matter. As long as Hammerhead is there.
You don't get it. I'm trying to keep you from getting...
No. Stay here. Hammerhead will come to us.
Not so sure that's a good idea. Can we please get out of here now?
See you in hell, bug. Two for one. My lucky day.
Hello. Mm-hmm.
You're alive.
Did you honestly think I was dead?
How did you find me?
Same way she did. Watch out. That girl has trust issues.
How long have you been watching me? Watching us?
Long enough to know you're making a mistake. Hammerhead's gotten too powerful.
Do you really think I have a choice?
Here.
Wait, is that?
Everything you need to know about that ugly thing. Sorry for what I did to you. But now we're even. One more thing. His head, not as strong as you think it is.
Bye, Felicia. Let's see what's on this thing. XRT-89, Subterranean Troop Deployment Vehicle. That's the real name?
I will never give you what.
Damn.
You came back for me. Why?
Because I need you.
I work alone.
I used to say the same thing. I know what's happening in Symkaria. I know why this means so much to you.
Think you know, but you do not know.
What can I do to make you trust me? Look, I think I know how we can take down that monster, but I can't do it alone.
Damn it! You let her loose!
Okay, here's the plan. Good plan. That was awesome! High five!
You said you could defeat Hammerhead.
You, know you left me hanging, right?
Medical records in here.
Yeah, mostly about that metal plate in his head.
Carbon steel.
Super strong, pretty sensitive to
Heat. I have an idea.
She's so terrible.
I solemnly swear to do whatever you tell me to.
I will call
But yeah,
I am ready. Meet me at my base.
I think she secretly likes him. I think that's what it is. I think she don't want to admit it, and she hates to have to admit it, so she doesn't. But I think she has like a little crush on him. I think. Now, mind you, I played the game. I beat it all the way through within like a day or so, like a few hours. So nothing is like I don't remember everything of this game or like the cutscenes or whatever. But from that moment alone, I feel like she has like a little tiny crush on him, but she doesn't want to admit it.
I've been meaning to ask, how exactly do you have a base in the city that I don't know about? Right, good talk. Why is she always... Where's this base you talked about? Whoa. Your toys are so much cooler than mine.
Oh man. Same here.
I love this invisible
Oh no,
floating
I'm not.
fortress thing. But now that all of New York's...
I'm not playing the game right now. But I had a PS4 that I sold, I want to say like last year. But no, I don't have a PS4 or PS5. We'll see. We'll see if sometime this year I buy myself one or whatever. But I don't have any gaming consoles at the moment. If I did, it would definitely be a PS4 or PS5. So if I do get one of those, I'll let y'all know the username or the player tag to like look up. So if at some point y'all want to like game with me or whatever, we can do that. Uh, you know, we could totally do that or whatever. But yeah,
City has seen it, Hammerhead will probably be here soon.
I am counting on it. So let us work quickly. I have acquired a Class 5 laser array.
she's so serious, yo.
We need to calibrate it to prevent it from overheating.
She's like overly
Lucky for
professional.
us, I'm working on my master's in
Like-
calibration. Let's do this.
Like with her, she's like the epitome of like anytime I hear someone say, "Oh, that person's overqualified," I now think of Silver Sable as someone who's like overly qualified for any type of position because she's just too serious and too professional. You know what I mean? And I understand that the stakes, you know what I'm saying, that are the stakes are high against her and her people, so that's a huge factor of why she's acting the way she is. But still, even within like what we learned earlier from her origin story and all that, she just comes off as like an overly serious, overly professional person. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. She's just overqualified in general, in my opinion. But that's just me. Let's see what else. I'm just looking up the cutscenes. I'm trying not to bore you guys with gameplay. Of course.
If you Walmart, you know that with everyday low prices, you can spend a little less to get a little more, to make life a little better.
Pizza and wings. Get 2 or more Papa Pairings favorites for just $6.99 each.
System ready.
I'm going in. Okay, that should do it.
You two teaming up now? Cute. But it ain't gonna do no good.
Sable, use a little help here.
The laser is down.
Can you fix it?
I am trying.
Okay, I'll just do the hammerhead waltz for a bit.
Still no respect. What's it gonna take?
You know what I respect? A guy who knows when to quit.
Commencing bombing run. Damn, I missed.
Keep them coming. I'll make sure the next one hits.
I dropped the bomb. You throw them at him.
Eat this! Die, bug! Let's see you die this!
Get ready.
You fight out, but not as good as me!
Now hit him.
You think you're hurting me? Ha! Nothing hurts me no more! You're going down!
Just a moment longer.
You're just pissing me off!
Gotta move fast before the covers.
This is a fight you ain't gonna win! You two got killed! I give you one chance!
The shield's too
Join my
slow.
crew!
I need to disable it first.
Or die!
I am making another pass.
Coming your way, bug!
Yay, teamwork!
I can handle this clown.
Do not let him hit you.
Yeah, try it. Okay, now!
Hold him steady.
His shield's down! Indestructible, huh? I think not. Shoot him!
I am trying. Now! The laser is down. Wait. I have an idea.
Can't wait much longer!
Hold him.
Then what?
Get ready to jump.
Wait, what?
Not for nothing, but that kill scene was pretty damn. Like, they freaking exploded a jet, pretty much essentially cut him in half, like with that jet, and exploded right on him. That's crazy.
That was fun. Hey, you have dinner plans? I know this great pizza place.
I must return to Simcaria.
Right.
See what I mean?
War to fight.
I do not like to fight. Do what I have to in order to help my people.
Yeah, we get that, sister. But dang, like, geez, you have plenty of time to go back afterwards. Relax. But then again, when you tell a female to relax and like chill and lay back, no, that's like the last thing to do. Oh no, you told me that. Now I'm not gonna do it. Dumb.
I know. That's what heroes do.
I am no hero. But you have taught me a few things,
Oh yeah? Like what?
like how to disarm my enemies with bad jokes.
Actually,
Ah!
they're good jokes, but I understand humor can be subjective.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
She's so terrible to him. She's so terrible to him. But again, I think she secretly has a crush on him. It's weird.
Evil Dead Rise.
For everything.
So cold. Give him a hug.
I don't do hugs.
You see?
Yeah,
You
right.
see? That's just so terrible. I'm sorry. I probably would have just like forced a hug. If I would have him, I would have been like, we're definitely hugging. I'm sorry. Like, no, you're not gonna. We're not gonna do all that we did just now. Borderline almost died together, and I get a handshake. No. Look at Rod. She's definitely playing hard to get. Yeah, that definitely does deserve a struggle and a snuggle. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Come on. You almost died together, yo. A handshake? No, I would have grabbed her by the hand and like pulled her in for a hug. I'm sorry, that's what I would have done. Like if I was in his position, that's what I would have done. But what do I know?
Right. Of course.
Oh man.
Hey, can I get a lift back to the city? I'd swim, but it'd take forever to get the river smell out of my suit.
Yep. No, she didn't offer. He had to force himself onto that jet.
Ready?
I think the web shooters are a little tight.
Get used to it. Just try to keep up.
All right. Well, I do apologize. Yeah, I know, right? I love a girl like that. Rod loves hard to get females. There's nothing wrong with like a little hard to get, a little, but come on, bro. Come on. Again, almost died together, went through a lot, missed the bullet by that much, and I'm sorry, a handshake? No. Anyways, I do have to sadly start. Oh look, it's PB Kenosha. Blessings and love to you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate the love and support. However, I am starting to close things out on tonight's stream. But PB Kenosha, if you or anyone you know might be interested in this first issue of Silver Sable and the Wild Pack, let them know that they can enter the raffle for as little as $1 to win a chance to win the comic. And then I take care of shipping and handling and all that good stuff. All like the minimum to enter the raffle is just $1, and the maximum technically allowed is 25. But whoever decides that they want to buy more raffle tickets, that's completely up to them. I can't control that. But the minimum to enter is indeed just $1. So if any one of you guys know of anyone who might be interested, just let them know that we hold these raffles. I try to hold them twice a week at least, Tuesdays and Thursdays. But since we've been out of the loop because YouTube and Google had striked our channel, I haven't been able to do any videos concerning the raffle for over a week. But yeah, just share the link. Let them know that we do the raffles Tuesdays and Thursday nights at around 8 or 8:30 p.m. Eastern time forward. All right. That being said, guys, I believe tomorrow it's back to business as usual as far as like current world events. I do believe some users and some supporters of the channel, such as Dead Twist and others, have sent me things through the DMs that they'd would like for me to talk about as far as like world events and like music industry events and entertainment events that have recently happened, and they want me to give my take on it or whatever. Wait a second. Playing hard to get. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I will let you guys go. Thanks for being here. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys and all the love and support that you always show me and the team and this channel. It really does mean a lot to me. Yeah, he is. Dead Twist is one of my personal biggest supporters. He's always sending me stuff through the DMs that he wants me to look at, review, and like react on. He always shares like interesting posts and interesting articles and videos that he finds. So I'll definitely have some of the stuff that he shared with me over the days and weeks and do like a reaction video or review the content that he shares probably tomorrow. But yeah, you guys are the best. I always say this. I have the greatest supporters, and I can't thank you guys enough. I really do mean that. But yeah, it is getting late, and I do have to work tomorrow. Aside from all this, so yeah, comic raffles for $1 minimum, Tuesdays and Thursday nights at around 8 or 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Every other day, we bring regular daily world news and yeah, all that good stuff. Good night. God bless. Stay safe and blessed out there, guys. And until next time, JDQ with Vision iView TV out.